Bro, none of us spoke English. None of us had ever read or wrote anything. So we're just hoping,
You were just a child when your parents smuggled you and your siblings across the border. What do you remember about that experience?
it took about 2 weeks to get from where I was at in North Michoacan through buses and horseback rides and back on buses and just however to get to TJ. Well, my parents had, I don't know if it was family or just friends in TJ. And so everybody that was coming from over there to over here would stop there and wait until our folks from this side went there to pick us up and whatever. So I stayed there for about a week. And it was miserable. I have this big old scar on the back of my head where I got dropped into a freaking canal and
Wow.
went head first and cracked my head open. We'd have to go steal food to bring it back for everybody to eat and whatever. So that week seemed like a month. But then finally my parents show up, pick us up, throws in the back of a 69 Buick. And the whole time they're teaching us what to say, as we're going through, well, if we get stopped, then your name is this, and then they had these birth certificates from my cousins that were pretty close in age to us. And so I didn't know how to read or write, neither did my brother or my sister. And so we're trying to memorize, what each one of our names are, if they ask us for our date of birth, what it meant, stuff like that. And so once we got to the border, if they ask you guys questions, this is what you say. You were born in Hanford. You were this, whatever. Bro, none of us spoke English. None of us had ever read or wrote anything. So we're just hoping, don't ask questions. And sure enough, man, we get there. Okay. We go across the border. They ask my dad a few questions, whatever. And off we go. Ended up in the city of Lemoore.
Wow. Wow.
Well, not the city, ended up out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And
yeah, but I mean, that in itself, that's a story right there. I mean, dude, they make movies about that type of shit, man.